Welcome. Today we're here with Shawna from Soup Sisters. So, Shawna, I know we met you kind of a couple of months ago at one of the Calgary pop-ups, and you were doing some work in the community giving out soup. So, tell us a little bit about what does.
Oh, that was a great event because we actually, as Soup Sisters and our volunteers, were able to get together and do what we do best: frontline, feeding vulnerable populations, the universal comfort food, soup.
Yeah.
And that's what Soup Sisters is all about. We started 17 years ago
Oh,
now,
okay.
yes, with a lot of soup making events. We still do those. It's a great way for community investment or families or any groups
Yeah.
to get into the kitchen and make soup, and that's donated to the Alpha House. But when the pandemic hit, we've started a soup bank.
Okay. So people have the opportunity, they can actually go in and make soup with you guys. So they get the hands-on experience. Obviously donations are always important, but they can actually
Mhm.
get a hands-on experience making soup.
Oh, it's fantastic too. We do it through our culinary partner in Calgary at Sunterra. So
Okay.
we use their facilities,
Great.
and a portion of the cost to do the event goes back to Soup Sisters. But it's really the camaraderie in the kitchen, knowing that you're making something
Yeah.
that is going to be received the next day by someone in crisis, something good and delicious and nutritious. And we have so many people say, whether it's frontline, vulnerable populations, or the people making the soup, wow, this tastes like homemade.
Yeah.
And just because you're in crisis or having situations doesn't mean you can't have good food.
No, and that's fantastic. And so tell me a little bit more about it. So like how many people can you bring together at one time to do something like that?
Well, we are a local charity. We are Calgary. We do the lion's share of our work in Calgary,
Okay.
but we're actually a national organization.
Oh wow.
So we have these soup making events happening in, I think it's up to 9 cities across Canada now. And then the soup that's made is delivered to an agency within their community.
Yeah.
So that's a fantastic way to reach the community. But the soup bank I was talking about is something that we did in the pandemic. When everything shut down, we knew that people still had to be fed.
Mhm.
Now we're a small charity, but we have big hearts and a lot of connections. So we made some phone calls. We actually make soup by the giant kettles, like half the size of this room. And it's made by our recipes. It's nutritious. It meets nutritional guidelines. That is frozen and shipped to charities across the country. Frontline organizations that are making a difference in the community, and they're serving our soup.
And we're doing that from Calgary. So like you're actually making it
Yes.
here and then shipping it
Yes.
across the
So
country.
it's a commercial facility that
Yeah.
makes it, because boy, we couldn't make the volume
No,
this.
that would yeah,
We'd have some
that'd be a
pretty
lot.
sore arms. But it is a great way to make sure that whether it's schools, shelters, homeless organizations, they're able to get the soup.
Okay.
It's easy to do, heat
Yeah.
and serve, and they know that their clients can build resiliency through healthy food.
So that was going to be my next question. Who gets the food? So again, it's a variety of people that are receiving this from you guys.
Yes. Well, one example is we feed schools, the entire school. We
Okay.
don't say, hey, Shawna, come down to the office and get your soup. We feed everyone because there's the camaraderie and eating together and students bonding. It's their community. But when I started serving soup at the schools that we delivered to, uh, my CEO said, you're not going to believe the reaction from the kids. And I thought, oh, I've had teenage boys. They're just hungry.
Yeah.
750 students we fed at one school in one lunch hour, 20
Mhm.
minutes. Boy, we were fast.
Yeah.
Every single kid said thank you. And it just blew my mind. Then you start seeing the same kids, and they'd come up and say, it's so good, thank you. Can I take one home for my brother?
Yeah.
Or can I take one home for my family? This is all we're going to have tonight. It's unbelievable how we can make such an impact with just a bowl of soup at a school soup day. And also meeting people on the front lines. There's a project called My Friend Dave here in the city. So it's a number of unhoused individuals that meet every Monday. We provide soup in the cold weather.
Yeah.
And just sitting around with them and having the conversation, they said, it's not about giving us money or all of the different services. Sometimes it's just sitting down, having conversation over soup together.
Yeah.
And we're noticed. This is beautiful. And we all start with the good food.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. I mean, I love that. I mean, I think that, connecting with people ultimately is also so important. We know that connection
Mhm.
and food and nutritious food, because unfortunately, a lot of what's out there doesn't really meet, very good nutritious
Yes.
standards, and people need to eat, right? So
Yeah.
ultimately, giving them something that can do that, makes a difference,
Mhm.
not only just in the moment, but over the long term, right? I mean, ultimately, we want to make
Yes.
sure that we're getting healthy food out to everybody. So, if people were able to or wanting to help,
Hmm.
and they know a little bit about you now, what's the best way to help you guys out?
There is so many ways to help us. Of course, as a charity, we run solely on donations and grants and government funding, but there's not a lot to go around. So, as a wee organization, we rely on the generosity of the community. And when a bowl of soup only costs $1.50, that is much cheaper than a can of soup, and it's much more nutritious, no mysterious ingredients. Donations go so far. But not everybody has the disposable income anymore. And it is as easy as sharing our message from social media at Soup Sisters and getting the word out that we exist, we're making a difference, and that everyone can come aboard and help us. Or check our website,
Yeah.
find out ways you can volunteer or purchase soup for your events.
Yeah.
Yes, we're quite nimble in making sure that everyone can participate in their own capacity.
That's great. And the website, just so we can let people know.
Soupsisters.org.
Okay.
That easy.
Pretty easy to figure
Yes.
out. So, no, I mean, I think that's fantastic. I mean, ultimately, we've wanted to support, we've supported in the past, and we think that it's a great organization because, again, you're helping people eat, and watching what you do. It was actually awesome at the last event to just see you in there interacting with people and people enjoying your food. We got to taste a little bit of it, and it was fantastic. I mean, it really is delicious, and so I think people will definitely appreciate that. So, anything else that you want just the general public to know as we kind of try to get the word out about Soup Sisters?
Nutrition is the nourishing and providing nutritious food is at the core of what we do. You probably see it in your business every day,
Yeah.
the effects of good food and not so good food on our health and our teeth and everything that's going on. And that just because you're in crisis doesn't mean that you don't deserve good food. And we're here for people. And if you know of an organization, if you're watching this and say, oh, my school could really use that, let us know.
Okay.
We're always looking for sponsors to help us feed a school. And there's just so many ways to participate.
Perfect. So people can even, just on that note, reach out to you if they need the food, like if there's an
Yes.
organization that needs it, not just for donations.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for your time. I think this was great. I've definitely learned a little bit about what you guys do, and I think it's a fantastic organization. So congratulations and thanks for your hard work.
Thanks for having me.